We only have one, agenda item to be spoken on today, Mr. Johnson. So if anybody else wants to speak, we'll have to do it another time. We need to, expedite this meeting today because we have to deal with a wireless phone company here at 3:30. John, if you will.
Absolutely. Most gracious Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for everything. Father, we ask you to guide us in this meeting, that you would open our hearts, open our minds, open our spirit, allow us to listen, allow us to work together, and bless us in all that we do. Father, bless those here in West Odessa that are looking for water. Let's continue to work towards that. And Father, we just thank you for blessing us. For it's in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit we pray. Amen.
Amen. All right. Notice of regular board meeting of the Ector County Utility District Board of Directors and all other interested parties pursuant to Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code. Notice is hereby given on the 8th day of April 2026. The Board of Directors of the ECUD of Ector County will hold a regular board meeting at 2:30, District Boardroom, 1039 North Moss, Odessa, Texas, 79763. First matter of business, Mr. Johnson, we have something on the water station.
Yeah. Y'all sat there and said, I don't know how long ago, that it'd be up and going. We've got people out there that are needing water, and now they're jacking the water prices up on us. Okay? I'm tired of telling people they need to come down here and start jumping in y'all's foot. I'm tired of being lied to, because we go by there constantly, and it's still not up. My main question is it gonna be open 24/7?
I'm gonna cover the water station in my GM's report.
Okay.
And there is a lot of, just in our defense, there was a lot of parts that didn't know they needed to be parts when this started. We thought the person that was doing it had everything covered, but there's actually 4 or 5 other things that have to go in with that we
Okay.
weren't even aware of.
A lot of people have been asking me, is it gonna be credit card or is it gonna be cash?
I can't answer those questions yet. We'll get to that in the general manager's report. I'll hopefully get you answers. If not, we'll stay after and we'll find out some answers.
I need some.
Yes, sir. And we'll get them for you. Anything else? Item 2, discuss and review take any action on the district's portable meter rates. This was brought to us by Jesus.
Yes, this matter, we had, like a few months ago, we had made a little group where we, changed some rates on the portable meters. It was Daryl and I, and, we came up with this prices, but, I think, we lost some customers because they thought they were too high. So, what I want to do is like, maybe form another committee, different board members, and review these prices and maybe come up with, new prices. Like, I know the prices we had before, there was a base price on a certain amount of gallons. I think the first 2,000 gallons were for a base price, and then after that, we'll start charging. And what we did is we did away with that first amount of gallons, and we just started, charging since from the, gallon one for the first gallon. And I think that went up, considerably. So, I would like to see some, other board members who are interested in forming a committee and reviewing these prices and maybe come up with new rates so we can get some customers back if we can.
Are you talking just the commercial rates, or are you talking just the
I'm talking the
portable
portable
meters?
meters.
Portable meters.
Well, when we went up on the prices, we voted for portable meters and commercial.
Right, but,
And I was- Well, I was under the impression when we was doing that, it's just strictly for the
portable,
portable meters. But somewhere down the line, it ended up getting including the commercial in. And there's some commercial accounts that's fine, but some of them are homeowners that are considered commercial because they got some other. And I personally think that we need to look at both of them, not just the portable meters, but in the commercial meters too. or the
I have-
commercial accounts.
I have a question there. When you say they're just homeowners, but are they making money off the property? Are they,
Maybe, but to jump up to $100 and something when you got maybe 2 trailers, and that's considered commercial. That's a little steep.
well, I mean, they have a choice on how many trailers they put in there.
Yeah, just, I mean,
They're-
for us, the route way that that should be done is that those two trailers should have 2 meters of themselves.
Yeah, they can do that.
It's not fair to the people that have. that-
One home.
One home, are paying their base rate and then have somebody that has their home and have 2, 3, 4, they're collecting, several hundred, they're making the money where they can't, I mean, it's considered commercial. I mean, you're making money, so it is commercial. That's where,
It's a fine line there.
I mean, yeah, I mean, if you're using excess amount of water, then you're gonna pay for it. And that's the way it came. Now, after a few months of after seeing, there's some, like you said, there's some companies that, base rates went up, but they use very little water consumption, because it might be like O'Reilly's or something like that, where they don't use a lot of water. But, the reason for this, the reason that I wanted this was because people with portable meters were getting charged less than 1 cent per gallon, when the average person pays 3 cents per gallon. And I'm like, okay, I've never understood why a business needs a bigger discount than
Then a resident.
resident. I mean,
I know that the portable meters were paying less than senior citizens. They were.
I mean, that's why we went
That's why we
after
went
it
after
in the
this.
first place.
Yeah, but what we came up with is just made a big difference. And on this time on the agenda item, it says strictly this is the portable meters. So if you want to, you can put in the agenda item next time for commercial meters, then we can discuss that also. But as of this time, I would like to concentrate on portable meters only.
How many people, how many customers have we lost from portable meters?
Do you know?
We've probably lost about 6 or 7, but it's not necessarily the number.
It's
It's-
the amount of money.
It's the
Revenue.
revenue that was lost. So if we answer that question, what was the revenue lost? It's probably right around $26,000 to $35,000 a month.
How many commercial accounts did we lose?
None that I know of.
So they were fine with this.
Mhm.
Because they didn't have much choice.
Well, and I mean, that's a whole different subject. And
But
so,
would it do any good for a homeowner to come in here and complain about it because they got 2 trailers or 3 trailers?
No.
They're gonna get slapped away pretty severe.
no, because probably I would, for one thing, if this is my opinion, if they are generating an income, then they went from residential to a commercial. They went from being able to declare their residence as a residence, but the rest of it on the tax row for M&O taxes or any other taxes is now commercial because they have income. They should be filling out a Schedule C or some type of tax form that claims their rental income that they're making off of their homes. And so, that there's a whole bunch of questions that would go into it. So
I mean, for the county, it's considered commercial.
the county considers it commercial, and the appraisal district has asked us that if we're here and we see that a property has turned from residential to commercial, to please let them know. Because, so we do.
And I think some of these were already considered commercial, it's just that it took a big jump. They might have been content with it, with the way it was before, but after it took a jump.
Well, and I guess the other flip side of that coin is that they got by with the residential rate for a long time, not telling anyone they
that's
were
not what-
commercial.
That's not
And
what
now
I'm
they
saying.
are, so.
I'm saying they were already commercial and it was the same situation, but then the jump on commercial was a pretty good jump.
Okay,
Well,
let's,
I don't
let's,
know if it was pretty good jump on that rate, but I know it was a pretty good jump on this rate
Hold on.
that we're talking about.
1 second.
I mean,
It's the same.
Let's
really and
please-
truly, if
Different
you
rates.
think about it, it was a base rate of $40
Yeah.
a month. That was the difference for commercial. It's a $40 bill. And so, I mean, and 30 if they were commercial. So it's 30 bucks a month if it was a commercial account. So I guess if somebody's making $600 on a travel trailer and an extra $30 a month is more than what they can make, they might need to raise the rent. I mean, I don't know. I'm not their business manager.
And I know as a business owner, if my cost increase, then my cost to my customers increase. That's just how it is. Anyway, let's,
But they can go somewhere else.
they can grow well too. All right, I make a motion that we create a second committee to review the portable water meter rates. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
So my question
Now we
is,
need to
who's going to be
volunteer
on
to
the committee?
guys.
Now we need 2 volunteers.
We need-
Daryl Mason's got experience.
Well, I'm asking for
ideas,
different
so I'm
committee.
out.
That's why I'm asking for different committees, so somebody can review this process, different way we did.
John, you want? John and I'll do it.
Yeah, we'll jump on.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
If I can jump in real quick.
Sure.
So you're going to have to,
Yes.
you're going to have to make that part of your
So
motion.
with the committee, you can't set up committees for the same item where you keep kind of rotating the board members. I mean, if somebody were to resign or leave the board, then you can obviously replace them. But it really should stay Daryl as the committee. And you could be on multiple committees, but it can't be kind of where like every year we change this committee member.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
I got no problem.
Y'all are back on.
But again, I mean, the way the committee would work is that they, the committee.
What, hey,
At any point, they would use the agenda, and then they would bring those recommendations to the entire board to discuss and approve and take action.
not even if, like, I was a part of the first committee, even if I recommend a different committee, that's not, like, legal, it's not possible. If I refuse to be in the committee again,
I mean, if you say you want to step down, then yes, if you say, I don't want to be part of the portable meter rate committee, then yes, the board can take action and appoint someone else to work with Daryl on this. But I'm just saying, it can't be a situation where we just kind of have a rotating door and every few months or every year, we keep changing the two people on committee.
right, yeah, that's what I wish to
All
do,
right.
but I just wanted
Let's-
somebody else in my place.
Forum issue.
Okay, let's just move on from that. We will, Debbie, remind me next month and we'll set up some kind of workshop where we can all sit down and discuss it. Okay?
Because,
Can this price be different by next month?
Not without a committee.
Well, let's do a committee.
Well, because she says that the committee has to be you and Daryl.
No, she gave me the option, if I refuse to be in the committee, there, we can appoint somebody else to
He
the
doesn't
committee.
want to be on the committee, we can.
okay, I don't want to be on the committee.
So what needs to happen is
Be on the committee.
Jesus and Daryl need to say, I do not wish to serve on the committee of the portable water meter board.
I do.
And the board needs to appoint two new people. to the
Okay.
board.
I do not want to be on the committee because my stance is the same. So I don't think anything will be,
Yeah, so I don't want to be on the committee either.
Okay, so the 2 board members have stepped down from that committee. If the board approves,
Except they're stepping
I
down. Make a
accept
motion.
their resignations from,
Somebody needs to make a motion to accept.
I make a motion to accept.
Okay, somebody second it,
second,
in favor?
I
Okay, there. Now make a motion for the 2 new people.
make a motion to renew the portable water meter committee.
Do I hear any nominations?
Huh?
Do I hear any nominations?
Do I hear any nominations? I nominate John Hendricks.
I nominate for Walker.
I nominate John Harris.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The committee we will reconvene and have you new process by next month.
Thank you, Phil.
Okay, discuss, review, and take any action on the annexation petition for tracks 1, 2, 3, 4, block 22, Western Skies Edition, a subdivision of 142.37 acres of land located in section 15, block 43, P2S, TNP R&R Company Survey, Ector County, Texas, according to the plat thereof, recorded in a volume 7, page 48 plat records of Ector County, Texas, located at 3605, 3609, 3615, 3619 North Planet Avenue, Odessa, Texas.
What, they said they only wanted 1 meter.
Yeah, so they want to annex all 4 spots in. But at this time, I think they want 2 meters.
Okay.
Because they have there's two people that have bought the lot, and so they're gonna go ahead and get their,
This is,
Okay, I was thinking they only said 1, but I just want to make sure they understand 1 household per meter.
yes, sir.
And how are we gonna enforce it if they don't?
They put more than one
You know,
property on.
number one, we go out there and we put the meter in, so they can't get one.
But they can tie into another line that's already tied into it.
Yeah, well, we have people that go out there and look at that, so,
And then
I mean,
I guess
Well,
everything we look at is consumption.
There's 3 new, RV parks right behind me on Sierra and Trip. And I called up here to find out who was already taken care of, and we had staff already take care of them before I even knew they were there.
we had already done it.
So it was already,
We're already policing it.
is this place where it used to be in all the trailer park?
I think so. I mean, it's a huge plaque. If you look at the map that's in your package.
It's kind of behind Lowe's.
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm, right behind Lowe's, right in there, but it's a,
Seems to be like.
there's
yeah,
a,
they
it's a
go
huge.
RV park.
Mobile home park. Mobile home park.
All right, I'll make a motion, we approve the annexation. Do I have a second?
I'll say.
Seconded by, Jesus. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Third one down. Discuss, review, take any action to annual review of district's investment policy.
So this is the investment policy that we have to renew. We renew it every single year. It's an annual thing that we do, and we've got several that are going to be coming up, so we're trying to kind of space them out. Last year, this was put on the, I think the May agenda. But like, again, we're just trying to space it out. It's the same policy that we've been using. This has been reviewed by Nicole in 25. We didn't make any changes other than adding Prosperity Bank to it because you have 2 CDs there. So that's the only change that was made. So she looked at it last year and approved it. So there shouldn't be any changes or any questions to it this year.
I make a motion that we approve the,
Is everything the same?
Everything's
yes,
same.
Interest?
Yep. It's the policy. It's not renewing CDs.
Okay.
I make a motion, we approve the district's annual, investment policy. Second to John Hendricks, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Receive general manager's report regarding the following. Normal stuff.
Normal stuff. Okay. So I'm gonna do this first, if that's okay.
Okay.
So on the 24th of May, Troy and Daryl and I attended a meeting in reference to the county's money that they received to the tune of 17 million, allocating 16.7 to West Odessa. Okay, so As everyone is aware, there was a survey that was distributed. People filled out the survey. And so we took, this is the main map that was used during that meeting. And so as you can see from the map, there are homes up in the far northeast side of our district. There are dots within our district. And then there are, of course, heavy concentrated areas that are way north of our district. And then, of course, all along this west side. There's heavier concentrations in certain areas. And so based on the answers to the questions of the survey, then Kimberly Horn put this map together and put dots on every address. And there's multiple dots on top of dots if you get up here close enough and look at it. So in that meeting, they took the little dots that are in this district, our district, and the dots that are way up at the top, and they made those priority 1. Now, why did they do that? They did that instead of these areas over here, they did these as priority 1 because that's a cluster of about 35, 40 homes up in that area over there. And so they're very close connected and very easily to put together as one bid package to go out to bid for RFQ and for it to come back and them to concentrate on going ahead and working on that project immediately. Because these projects are going to be a little bit more intense and engineering work that will have to be done. So that's why they did it. On these dots right here, I had Kimberly Horn send me a worksheet on each address that tells me the actual address, the lot, size of the lot and everything that looks like a plaque or a survey would look. And then there's some multiple questions that we're asking on that. And it's like 1, is there debris in the alley or in the front of the home that would prohibit us from being able to cut a line and run it? Because then I got to get the county to come move that debris. Is it a road cut that they have to have, or is it a board that they have to have? Are they already annexed in the district, or are they not annexed in the district? Is there a water line in front of them or in the alley? But yet they just need assistance with the tap and a meter. So there's multiple questions, and you cannot get those answers by looking at this map. So there are approximately 79 of those that are in that center area, and those 79, our staff is going to go actually put eyes on them and fill out that little yes, no, no, yes, and every information that we need. Then they're going to come back in to the office staff to look at the annexation. And then that will be addressed as if it's going to have to go out to bid, or can ECUD staff and county staff do an interlocal to work together to knock these out so that it doesn't necessarily rob a bunch of money out of that 16.7. Are there any questions on that? Okay, so with these areas right here, I think, and I don't know if the county has, this is not set in stone. I think they're going to do 2 bids. They're going to lump this one and this one in one bid, and then do this one by itself. And the reason that they're going to send it out in that bid, they both go out kind of like our ARPA project did, it was 2 separate bids, is because that this area right here is very rocky. And so they want that separated and a cost of what that cost as opposed to these 2 right here, if they did those together. So in essence, if the county does what they told us in this meeting, and Daryl, you and Troy jump in, is that there will be 1, 2, 3 bids that will go out to contractors that will come in. Now, the county will oversee all the construction. We will oversee when the pipes are laid in the ground, that everything is done to our specifications before they ever backfill it. Just like we kind of did the ARPA project, because that's just, they had all the money, just like this. So if you'll go to map number 2. This, and you have this map in front of you. I did get some color copies of this one for you. This map, if you'll notice, is they had to come along and kind of square it off. So they've kind of squared it off based on what cost would be to be able to still do these projects. So this is what this looks like now. So water from here to here will be done in this area. All of this little area right here, and then this up here with a little dog leg right here. Along with, then we'll again look at these, and then the piece in the corner. So the other issue that is of concern with this project is that we all know that there are people that have 5-acre lots. I'm just going to use 5 as an example. They will divide it into 1-acre lots. They finance it themselves. Then somebody comes in and wants to get a tap, and the plaque that they have is from the original owner that has it plaqued at 5. So we can't annex it in because we have to have new legal description of meeting bounds. So we help them to go get a survey. They get a survey, and then we can use that as a legal document to have you annex it in. So my concern is that Commissioners Court only meets twice a month. We only meet once a month. And this project needs to move. So in visiting with the commissioners and department heads, they're going to attempt to see if if they can do this, is to put the description of anything within this project with their addresses as one annexation, and this county will accept surveys. So that's less cost to the individuals out here, because they will have to provide, because they, one of the comments was they cannot even get an address for emergency service if they don't have an actual go through the county. So I know through this process, we're gonna come into that, and I'm trying to find a solution for the problem before we ever have the problem. I want to know what we're gonna do. So when if the county does that, and the county moves forward, and their language that they put on their agenda to cover that area, we'll see if we can mirror it here, if this board so wishes, because as people start coming in, we have to have the ability to grant annexation as fast as we can.
Right.
So that the contractors continue to do work. And so we have to find a method in which we can do that and still be legal and right.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? So we're looking at, so I'm gonna wait and see what the county does. And then if I need to get with Nicole, I will, but the board probably needs to entertain that with this project, you're probably gonna have to do a annexation of an addendum.
Right.
And then we will do paperwork on each one as they come in.
Okay.
So we'll blanket them, and then individually we will do it, because individually they have to be done separate to be recorded at the courthouse. I have to report them separately to the appraisal district for M&O, and I have to report them separately to the court for all election purposes.
Okay.
So you might have to do a blanket, knowing that we're going to do it individually here to maintain the integrity and transparency. That makes sense? Any questions on that?
May I ask a
So-
question? May I ask a question? The black marks, what's the difference between black marks and red and yellow dots down here now?
I think these are they just changed them to so they can pick up the addresses.
Okay, what is yellow dots mean?
I don't really know what those are.
I'm just asking.
They were, potential that had a water well that didn't,
But it
Wasn't dry.
well, they weren't low income areas.
That's what I was going to say. I thought it had to do with their
Low
income.
income areas.
Yeah, we're after low income. And the red was even more.
Low income.
Low income, more on their hit list. As-
I'd like to ask one question, it don't matter now, but why didn't we appoint a committee in the very beginning to follow this along with you?
Because they wouldn't include us until.
It don't matter whether they included us or not. We're gonna have to be the ones that make the decision, and it's our backside when things go wrong.
I understand that, and that's the reason we have our engineers involved that have our vested
No,
interest.
that's the reason county gets our engineers involved, Troy. It ain't got nothing to do with that.
All right,
But I
but
think it
if
should
you're not invited
Does
to
it
a
show the
meeting,
new
How
boundary
do you
for the
go?
emergency district?
if you're not invited to
Not
a
on this
meeting,
one, no.
how do you go?
You should have been informed.
We should have been. Maybe you should get with Judge Fawcett.
I think Debbie had some.
No.
No, sir.
We should have took this by the horn from the beginning
We
because,
tried.
no,
John,
no, we didn't
The
try.
money wasn't ours.
John, I'm telling you, I called
Troy.
Judge.
Hey, Troy. Keep it down.
Yes, sir.
That's
The county, they have a team, they're working team up there and,
Thank you, John.
that road doesn't know they're viable, if anything. If anything comes wrong, it's something they did, something we did.
I got something to
If
say.
anything comes out wrong, it's on them.
Boss is in charge of the money and everything. He's gonna do what he wants to do. Hey, y'all are gonna have a hard time if y'all don't put, but
Money wasn't given to us.
I know.
We had no priority and no one made us a priority. We got to attend one meeting. After all the requests that I had put in, I did my due diligence, trying.
It's only two of them, two.
But Landgraf got it for the west side and Fawcett's gonna run it to wherever he wants it to go.
Exactly. And then
And that's-
if you have a problem with that, talk to Judge Fawcett. All right,
That might be one we wouldn't include, no offense.
maybe, I don't know.
Okay, so, to continue with my report, there were 302 work orders dispatched to field staff. There were, on the 811s, there were 155 811s that were, called into Demetrio. There were 11 emergencies. Out of those, one of them was an emergency that we turned in, and the 11 other were district related. On the March phone calls, there were 1,633 phone calls, 1040 in, 593 out. The average time was 2.29 minutes, an average of 53 calls a day. There were 502 delinquent letters that were mailed out, totaling $128,070. On 327 delinquent accounts made payments out of the 502, leaving 175 still delinquent. The 3 staff members made phone calls to every single person out of the 175, plus sent them all emails. And I want you to realize that that's several attempts that are made. There's not just them knowing that they got their bill, knowing they got a delinquent letter, then they get a phone call, then they get an email. So there's multiple attempts in different ways in which this staff tries to reach out to keep from turning somebody's water off. And on March 17th, out of the 175, there were 48 customers that had still failed to pay their water bill and had to have their water turned off. In March, staff started with 128 manual reads, and they brought that down to only 37, which is huge. That's great for the staff. ECUD taps for December, field staff installed 7, and the customers contracted out on their own for 3 taps. In our replacement meter project, there were 8 meters installed in March, and there were 115 that have totally been installed in the last 60 days out of the 200 that we have to replace. On the finance side of it, so for the revenue for March was $709,590. This is your 6 month of your fiscal year. And so out of your fiscal year of budgeting $8,244,400, you are sitting at 4,272,273, which means that you are over 50% of what you budgeted in 6 months. So you're doing very well with the budget. On the expense side of the budget, there wasn't any, on the expense side, there really wasn't anything that was out of the ordinary whatsoever. Your water bill was a little bit higher. Last month it was 193. This month it's 213, but your revenue was 605 versus 690. So that's self-explanatory. But on your expense side, your budget was 5,657,000, and you have spent 2,000,000.5. So you're doing very well on your expense side, which is below the 50% for your 6 months
Nice.
as well. So budget wise and income wise, we're doing very well. And so for the end of the March, we're sitting at around 170,000 for the month.
Robert? That beats 9,000 last month.
No,
I
pardon me?
said that beats 9,000
It
last month.
does, but you're also sitting at 646,000 for the year. You're welcome. And so with that, that's the finance part of it. I did also, I couldn't remember, I've had this for a while, and I couldn't remember if I had shared this with you or not. And so I know that y'all get a lot of questions about why the water tower at Trip is not operational. And so, I had PSC put this together. Because sometimes it's very confusing, so I tried to make it, I hate to say this, but to really kind of dumb it down for me, for y'all, okay? Because, so, and not so much for y'all, but for me, but if you will look, I had them look at low and high water usage for, August, December, and January of this year. And so if you look at it, the elevated storage tank, and then the ground storage tank, okay? The part that I want you to look at is that it says on, because that little blue bar is where the average usually is. And I want you to see what empty space is on that meter, on that tower, okay? So the elevated storage tank cannot be filled higher in normal operation due to not enough water demand to turn over the water in the tank before the residual begins to drop. That's what that says, okay? Under normal operations, we maintain a set point of 115 feet full and let the tank only drain down to 103. And then we try and fill it up. So the difference between 115 and 103. Then if you look at the ground storage tank, it's the same way. So as you can see, the little blue line and how much is left where there's no water. So even with these two, we can't even, if we pulled one of them off, then you could almost operate everything with this.
Yeah.
And not even have this. Okay, but we have this and we're using it. So
2 and 3.
yeah, so what I'm trying to tell you, if you had two solo cups, red solar cups sitting here. One of the ground storage tank and one of them is the elevated storage tank. Two red solar cups, right? And over here is the community, and it's a Dixie shot glass cup. That's all the water that's being used. Compared to what the solo cup will fill up and the solo cup will fill up. So you can't, there's not enough water demand to use that other water
Storage.
tap.
We have enough
Okay.
storage, we have enough tanks to feed two West Odessas.
Yep,
Or more.
Yep. So-
Three, actually.
so I'm just telling you, none of you were responsible for that. Nobody in this room was responsible for that, but we get all the time, why is the trip not open? Well, there's not enough customers, there's not enough straws in the big old cups sucking it out.
I have a question. How long will it take to go from 115 to 103 in a month? Or how long will it take?
How long does it take to go
From 115 feet to 103 feet?
to that?
Okay.
It's usually in one day, because it comes out and goes back in.
And one day it goes that?
Yeah.
Okay. So it does that 30 times a month?
Mhm.
Okay.
On high use. most of the time.
So,
And if you leave the water goes on.
Yeah.
all day.
so, so I wanted y'all to, because it kind of gives you a better analogy, picture of what you can use if you use the solo cups and the little cup that you gargle with when you brush your teeth, so that you can kind of understand that it's not by choice, it's by usage. And even, and truly, putting all these people on it.
Isn't gonna change it.
No, because I've already been asked, does that mean you're gonna be able to turn the trip pump station on? It's not gonna happen. That's not gonna still happen. And so, you know, you gotta have more people. And so I can't do it. So I just wanted y'all to know
Just-
that.
Just so people will understand, how many connections do we have just to turn on the trip?
12,000.
Yeah, we have to have about 12 to 20,000 people more. Because here's the deal, we have basically a little over 20,000, okay? And that's all you're
I
using.
think it's 12,000 to max out one time, right?
Yeah, so, I mean, so, doesn't take much to do math, so.
It won't take long for them to start hooking
No,
up because
that's
the
true.
wells are going dry.
Okay, so the other thing, because I know we're pressed for time and everything, the other thing is that we're coming upon elections, period. In November, there's a couple of directors that will be up for reelection. So we need to, we'll have to start working on the election calendar, putting things together. So I can do that. I can reach out to Nicole when I need help. Or you can choose to let her do it all and we'll just post what she gives us. That's whatever y'all want to do. Then the second thing is that, if y'all will remember last year, or in 24, the election cost us $67,000 and change is what our bill was. And, Mr. Kelly asked me to go and visit with the Commissioners Court and to lower it. And so I did, and it was lowered down to 31,024, I think is what it was.
Yeah.
So, going into the election, again, I try to find solutions where I end up with a problem because the elections office is going to be sending us a contract and it's going to be the same one that they presented us with in 24. And so then I'm going to have to go through this whole process. I don't want to go through this process. So I have reached out to two of the commissioners. Both of them are in agreement that the district should only need to pay its percentage of its voters that participate in the election. And that was the argument that I used to get it down. So I'm going to work with those two commissioners and the Commissioners Court and the elections office, and hopefully because they'll prepare the document and present it to us. So it'll be an interlocal agreement between them and us to present to us then I'm gonna assume y'all are gonna want me to forward it to Nicole to review. And so I'll do that. But I just want to bring you up to date on what I'm trying to get ahead of before we get there and to still save the district $30,000.
Amen.
So,
And that's irregardless of how many items we got to vote on.
Yes, sir, yes.
I mean, because it's just, I bring back the M&O and directors and stuff, it's still one prize for.
Based on how many voters we voted.
Yeah.
That's what we like.
That's the way she's working it now.
I mean, okay.
yeah, I mean, we'll wait and see what the interlocal looks like. I mean, once we get it down to where, then y'all can look at it, mark it up. Nicole can look at it, mark it up, and then we'll make our changes and send it back. But, I mean, it's April, and some of you would think it's way too early for a November election, but that stuff is gonna go real quick. And so I have a lot on my plate that I work on every day, and so I'm trying to get some of this stuff that I can
Okay.
over with to the side. So anyway, if the board is okay with all that, I'm gonna proceed.
Yes.
Okay,
We don't need a vote on that, do we?
no, I mean,
I say do all the legwork that you can to reserve Nicole for what we have to have.
okay, that's all I need.
Run over to the
Pump station.
pump station.
Oh, in the pump station, yes. Okay, so the pump station, and I'm not sure if I don't think you were here at the last meeting. We covered the
He
pump
was.
station. Yeah, we covered the pump station. And so the pump station has got a lot of electronical stuff inside of it. That is not, customary to anything that we have ever had to learn. Or
I want.
or to make the system work the way it's supposed to, okay? And so, while I really and truly wanted to have it open in January, but for them to be able to get Flow Point to send staff out here to train us, they didn't come train us till March 26th. Okay? And even when the guy was here to try to train us, he was here for 4 hours. 4 hours. And during that 4 hours, he ran into several hiccups within the system that they had to fix while we were moving it forward. Okay? And during that time, right now, there are cones set up to keep you from coming up to the actual water station. Unfortunately, we just assumed people wouldn't come up and mess with it. But they did. They did. And actually got it to work. So we had to go back and figure out, so they can't do that. And when they did get it to work, then we got complaints that their boots got wet and we needed to replace their boots. We got complaints that the water came on too soon and they didn't have their jug underneath it quick enough. So we know we're gonna have user issues when it gets open. And so to answer you, when the hours are gonna be, the board at last month's meeting decided that water station needed to only be open when field staff was here. Which will be from 8 o'clock, 7:30 or 8 o'clock until 3 or 3:30. Until we work out the kinks, because
When was
every,
that decided?
at last month's meeting. And
Yes, sir.
so I'm not
Because
finished.
if we don't, and there's a
So-
leak at the station, nobody's here.
And we didn't even have a meter on it back then.
Right.
Yeah.
Now everything's
But we still, there's,
still working out problems.
yeah, there's not any guarantee that when someone comes up there and puts that big old hose,
Yeah, because that's what I'm.
that they
gonna
turn it
use.
off and then they walk off and I got water everywhere. And then I gotta dispatch a guy to come out here to turn off the water because that truck's done gone. And as that water drains, there's only so big of a hole for it to go down in. If it rises, which it rises pretty quick, then all my electrical stuff is there.
Yeah, you're
So
right.
so it's almost like you need an operator there. And that's what Daryl said. It's almost like you need a full-time operator. So until we work out the kinks and making sure that it's running smooth, it's kind of like a new store or restaurant. You do a soft opening, work out the kinks before you go full blown. The board decided last month that we would keep it only open
From
during
8 to 3:30.
the guys that were gonna be on, here on staff, because it's not only the staff there in the field, but there's also staff here that has to monitor every single transaction, the cameras.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm gonna have to get a couple of more cameras because the cameras I have only cover the card readers, and it takes, debit cards and credit cards is all, no cash. No cash. It's not gonna take any cash, and it won't take cash because then someone will go out there and try to get the cash out. So it's debit, credit card only. I'm gonna have to get 2 extra cameras that will actually read the license plate and the side of a truck. So we can gauge that. So I know I at least have to have 1, maybe 2 more cameras hooked to it. The other thing is right now I just have cones. And the public's already proved that cones don't matter. So I've got 2 gates that are being
That's what I was-
put up so I can lock them at night when the guys go home, and then they'll go back and they'll unlock them. And so, in all honesty, to be honest with you, based on the consumer and the mechanics of being able for it to run like it's supposed to will determine how long it can only be open during operation hours.
Okay.
Did that answer all your questions?
Pretty much. I can tell you the number one problem and how they got it to work. They're doing it at diesel pumps. They're using big magnets. All you gotta do is stick it at a certain spot and it'll kick it on. It's the circuit boards themselves that are tricked out.
Well, again, if that happens, and it happens like at 10 o'clock at night, I gotta dispatch somebody out here and
And we lost all the money for the water. too.
Yeah.
and that cost us
My next question,
100 and something bucks for that person to do all that.
a lot of people that I know,
Mhm.
they don't have credit cards. And the only debit card they have is their social security card. I don't even have any of that right now. Are y'all gonna issue ECUD cards?
No, you can go buy.
Go to Dollar General
Dollar General and just
and
buy
just load a card.
load a Visa card.
That'll work. Just load it
Oh, a
every time.
prepaid card?
Yeah.
Just go load a
Just take
prepaid
the
card.
cash over there and that way we don't have to worry about cash getting
The
stolen.
reason being is I'm building a trailer right now. It's gonna hold 2 square tanks. And I'm putting a pump on the back, welding it to the frame. Cause I've been seeing 2 of them walk off.
Okay,
But I'm gonna be delivering water for a lot of the elderly people that are out here.
Good. I make a motion, we approve the general manager's report.
I say,
Seconded by Daryl, all in favor? Aye. Moving on, motion passes. All consent agenda items are considered routine by the board and will be enacted by a single motion. No separate discussion or action of any items necessary unless directed by a board member. Discuss and consider and take action all necessary regarding the minutes from March 11th. And discuss and consider and take action necessary for the accounts payable for April 8th. Any discussion? I'll make a motion that we approve these agenda items. Seconded by Daryl Pando, all in favor? Aye. And at this time, I make a motion that we adjourn.
One quick question for the board. Did y'all get a phone call from a client by the name of Michelle Woods? No.
No, sir.
Okay. I make a motion that we adjourn at this time. Got a second? All in favor?
All right.
Thank you for your attendance. We'll see you next month.